This, this,
Pussy roll. Let me see that pussy roll. Let me see that pussy roll to the left.
Saucy, baby. Out of fucking with them lane. I'm fucking with some bosses, baby. She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog. Wants my clothes the other day.
This is Shaterica Danielle Smith, a 38-year-old mother of two from Alexandria, Louisiana, whose vibrant personality lit up every room she entered. At the time, no one watching knew what was happening behind the scenes, and no one watching could have imagined that, just hours later, police would be called to her apartment. What happened between that moment and that phone call is still haunting everyone who knew her. What appeared online as a picture-perfect marriage was already showing cracks beneath the surface. But before anyone understood how serious things had become, Shaterica's story began years earlier. Shaterica Danielle Smith was born in Alexandria, Louisiana, and grew up in a tight-knit community where everyone knew everyone. Her mother, Terry Smith, was the cornerstone of her life, providing the kind of unwavering love and support that would shape Shaterica into the compassionate woman she would become. While little is publicly known about her biological father, Terry's presence filled any gaps, creating a home environment that allowed Shaterica's naturally charismatic personality to flourish. From her earliest years, Shaterica was known as the life of the party. Friends and family described someone with infectious energy, the kind of person who could walk into a room and immediately lift everyone's spirits. She had this remarkable ability to make people feel seen and valued, a gift that would stay with her throughout her life. Her passions were dancing, fashion, and simply living life to its fullest extent. She embraced every moment with an unapologetic confidence that drew people to her. At Peabody Magnet High School, Shaterica threw herself into extracurricular activities, always making her presence felt with that signature energy. She wasn't just another student passing through. Teachers remembered her, classmates remembered her. She graduated with honors in 2005, leaving behind lasting impressions on everyone she encountered. Her style, her charisma, and the way she connected with people set her apart in a way that transcended typical high school popularity. As an adult, Shaterica built a strong presence on social media where she showcased her incredible fashion sense and bold personality. Her accounts were filled with photos of confident poses, striking outfits, and moments that captured her living life on her own terms. Followers admired her fearlessness and her refusal to apologize for being exactly who she was. But beyond the glamorous posts and party pictures, Shaterica was deeply compassionate. Her kindness and generosity touched everyone from family members to complete strangers. This nurturing spirit would shine brightest in her role as a mother.
What's up, my little baby?
He controlled me as long as he
Did
had
you
my
enjoy
help,
yourself?
but he couldn't.
I did.
Get
Yeah.
I'm tired.
In that order.
We about to go parasailing.
yes, we are. We ain't coming back.
Period. Yeah. Yeah. I don't hear a motherfucking thing.
Shaterica met someone in her early adult years, a man referred to pseudonymously as Joe in some accounts, and they connected quickly. Their shared interests drew them together, and they seemed inseparable in those early days. The relationship brought Shaterica her greatest joy when she discovered she was pregnant. Both she and Joe were overjoyed at the prospect of becoming parents, ready to embrace this new chapter despite the surprise of it all. When their daughter Kinsley arrived, Shaterica's world transformed. Her social media lit up with moments of pure joy as she shared photos and videos of her growing family. The images captured smiles, laughter, and the beautiful chaos of new motherhood. Not long after, the family was blessed with another son, filling their home with even more love and laughter. Shaterica poured her naturally nurturing spirit into raising these children, creating a home that radiated warmth and affection. But the pressures of parenthood began creating tension between Shaterika and Joe. Arguments and disagreements grew more frequent, and the emotional toll eventually became too much for the young couple to bear. They broke up, though Joe remained involved in their children's lives, maintaining a co-parenting relationship that allowed Shaterika to focus on her independence while ensuring her kids had both parents present. Shaterika's vibrant personality and engaging social charm meant it wasn't long before she met someone new. Tracy Johnson Williams, a 42-year-old man, swept Shaterika off her feet. From their first meeting, Tracy treated her with what seemed like utmost affection and love. He went out of his way with thoughtful gestures, small gifts, and romantic dates that made Shaterika feel cherished and valued in ways she'd been hoping for after her previous relationship ended. As their connection deepened, Shaterika found herself falling for Tracy. He seemed attentive, caring, and everything she had been hoping for after her previous relationship ended. The two spent increasing amounts of time together, and their love story began unfolding publicly. Shaterika and Tracy started sharing their lives on social media, posting vlogs, pictures, and moments that captured their connection. To the outside world, they were inseparable, the kind of couple that made others envious of what they seemed to have. Tracy wasn't just a supportive partner on the surface. He recognized Shaterika's drive and ambition, celebrating her success in ways that seemed genuine. He surprised her on Mother's Day with a family gathering, showing how deeply he claimed to admire and appreciate her. Their bond appeared unshakable, and it seemed like nothing could tear them apart. It looked like the perfect love story, the kind that people write about and aspire to have.
I really love you. You should know. On my lap, wide screw. Just in case I have to feel a cap, wide screw. I play the 6x9s with the snap, wide screw.
What's up, my little baby?
He controlled me as long as he
Did
had
you
my help,
enjoy yourself?
but he couldn't.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
In that order.
Isn't you not flying enough?
Young bitch.
It's I just don't wanna stop coming up.
On April 16, 2022, Shaterika and Tracy married in Destin, Florida. Shaterika described it as the best day of her life, a beachside ceremony that symbolized new beginnings and forever promises. Their wedding registry reflected typical newlywed hopes, and Shaterika shared her joy with friends and followers who had watched their relationship blossom online. But some of the people closest to her would later say that was when things quietly began changing. But as with many relationships, the reality behind the public facade began to shift. As the pressures of marriage and responsibilities mounted, rifts started appearing in their seemingly perfect relationship. Tracy, who once seemed so supportive and loving, began showing signs of jealousy and resentment that Shaterika couldn't ignore.
I'm so happy. I didn't drink a lot because I hate feeling like shit. Last time I drank like that.
We about to go parasailing.
Yes, we are. We ain't coming, baby.
What's up, my little baby?
He controlled me as long as he
Did
had
you
my help,
enjoy yourself?
but he couldn't.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
In that order.
The dynamic that had once been filled with love and affection was now being plagued by Tracy's increasing possessiveness. Shaterika began embracing her independence more fully, going out more often, partying with friends, enjoying girls' trips, and exuding confidence in fresh, bold ways.
Patrice! Kiki!
Her social media presence buzzed with activity as she posted more frequently, sharing cryptic captions and sultry videos from her trips and lively nights out. She was painting a picture of someone determined to savor every moment of life, refusing to be constrained by anyone's expectations of how a married woman should behave. But to Tracy, these actions began feeling like a threat. The very things that had once drawn him to Sheterika, the bold, confident woman who loved to party, travel, and embrace life fully, were now causing him to feel insecure and fearful that he was losing control. The woman he'd married was living her life freely, and instead of celebrating that spirit, Tracy's jealousy was transforming into something darker and more dangerous. As months passed, their relationship showed increasingly obvious signs of strain. While Sheterika continued embracing her vibrant personality, Tracy's behavior shifted in ways that became impossible to ignore. Their dynamic, once showcased online as relationship goals, was now marked by frequent arguments and growing tension. To the outside world scrolling through their social media feeds, everything still appeared perfect. Beautiful pictures, romantic trips, and intimate moments painted the image of a couple deeply in love.
Technical foul. Team Johnsons.
Cause of your conditional love. Baby, that's why you bring out the best in me. Cause you are the best. Never running off, so if I owe you, I got you, I pay that. Get this shit my also when I'm old.
It's my queen right here. She do whatever she wants. Yeah, it's real. We in here. Law.
According to investigators and people close to the couple, Tracy's behavior appeared to shift into increasingly jealous patterns. He wanted Sheterika to stay within boundaries he'd established, and when she pushed past those limits, something unforgivable was triggered inside him. Every time Sheterika returned from a night out or posted a picture of herself looking stunning and confident, Tracy's mood would sour noticeably. Arguments became more frequent, and the tension in their home grew thick and oppressive. But Sheterika still believed their relationship could withstand these challenges. She tried reassuring Tracy, showing him that her love hadn't faded despite her desire for independence. Yet the more she tried calming the storm, the more unpredictable Tracy's behavior became. His emotional outbursts grew more intense, and his controlling tendencies surfaced in ways that Sheterika could no longer dismiss or rationalize away. Friends who knew them both later recalled noticing changes, subtle shifts in how Tracy spoke about Sheterika or reacted to her social media posts. But like many cases of domestic tension, the warning signs were easier to recognize in hindsight than in real time. Sheterika, ever the optimist who saw the best in people, believed the man she'd married could overcome his insecurities. She had no way of knowing that this subtle shift was spiraling towards something absolutely horrifying. The couple had been fighting for days leading up to March 30th, 2025, but the argument that erupted in the early morning hours around 4:30 a.m. was different from all the others. Tracy's jealousy and resentment had reached a fever pitch, and Sheterika, tired of feeling stifled and controlled, was asserting her independence even more forcefully. Tracy couldn't handle it anymore. He felt as though he was losing control over the woman he once loved, the woman he had worked so desperately to control. Investigators later suggested the argument escalated rapidly, with emotions running dangerously high. According to police, Tracy picked up a firearm and shot Sheterika, resulting in her death. The vibrant woman who had brought so much joy to everyone around her, the mother who had devoted herself to her children, the friend who had always shown up for others, was gone. Tracy's actions didn't just rob Sheterika of her life, they shattered the lives of everyone who loved her, especially her two children, who would now grow up without their mother. But the tragedy didn't end with Sheterika's death. In the aftermath of the shooting, Tracy, unable or unwilling to cope with the weight of what he'd just done, turned the gun on himself. In what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound, Tracy's life was also extinguished, leaving behind a scene that would shock investigators, friends, and family members who thought they knew this couple. Shortly after the call, Alexandria police responded to a 911 call about a domestic disturbance at the couple's residence in the 5900 block of Ron Mar Drive. What officers found when they entered the home was a scene of devastating violence. Shaterika lay dead from a gunshot wound, and just feet away was Tracy's body, his wound appearing to be self-inflicted. The scene left investigators, friends, and family members in complete shock. What had started as a marriage full of promise, love, and affection, constantly showcased on social media as relationship goals, had ended in violent tragedy. The couple that had seemed so inseparable, who had shared their love so publicly for the world to see, had become another heartbreaking example of how domestic strife, if left unchecked, can spiral into something absolutely deadly. News of Shaterika and Tracy's deaths spread quickly through the Alexandria community and across social media platforms where they'd shared so much of their relationship. Friends and family were left grappling with the news, unable to comprehend how things had escalated so quickly and so violently. How could the man who once seemed so loving and attentive, the one who had surprised Shaterika with romantic gestures and celebrated her success, be capable of such horrific violence? For many who knew them, the news was impossible to reconcile with the life the couple had publicly shared.
Jake, Deontay, Simon.
I understood the assignment. All my piped up.
Yeah.
Then you find like duh.
Okay.
Keep that locked up.
Okay.
He a broke boy, he can't touch. Damn, you find like duh, like duh, like duh.
Duh.
Hey, yeah.
Just they can't stand it. We up in this game, and this thing is so demanding. Shopping on love, showing love. 2000.
Wait a minute, girl, you're my wifey. You're my wifey. Cause you love you, girl.
Sorbing, the views are amazing.
Yes. Papa, where she at?
Here to slow me down. And so whatever it takes, I'ma keep you around, baby. I feel like I can conquer the world with you by my side.
As the investigation unfolded, authorities began piecing together the events leading up to the tragic shooting. They uncovered a relationship that, behind closed doors, had been marred by jealousy, control, and emotional manipulation. Despite the outward appearances of a perfect marriage constantly reinforced through carefully curated social media posts, Tracy had been hiding deep-seated insecurities that had finally reached a breaking point. Authorities noted that Shaterika's increased independence, frequent outings with friends, and active social media presence became sources of tension within the relationship. The very qualities that had once drawn him to her, the bold, confident woman who loved to party, travel, and embrace life fully, had become sources of his jealousy and mounting frustration. Investigators noted that qualities which once appeared to strengthen the relationship later became points of conflict as tensions increased. But despite their troubled marriage and the escalating tensions, Shaterika had still believed in their love. She had hoped that things would work out, that their bond would survive the strain they were experiencing. She believed in the man she had married, hoping desperately that he could overcome his insecurities and rediscover the connection they'd once shared. Unfortunately, Tracy's complete inability to cope with his emotions and his toxic need for control led to tragic actions that forever altered the lives of everyone who loved both Shanterica and Tracy. In the days following the tragedy, Shanterica's friends and family rallied together to mourn her loss and celebrate the woman she had been. Her vibrant spirit, her deep love for her children, and her determination to live life to the fullest were traits that her loved ones would never forget and would carry with them always. Shanterica's mother, Terry Smith, described her daughter as a beacon of light, someone who always made others feel special, no matter what personal challenges she was facing. Despite health struggles that Shanterica had privately battled, she never let those challenges hold her back or dim her spirit. She had been a fighter until the very end, refusing to let anything keep her from embracing life and bringing joy to those around her. But tragically, her life was cut short in a violent and senseless way that no one who knew her could have imagined. In the aftermath, a GoFundMe campaign titled Honoring Shanterica, A Mother's Light, was created to support Shanterica's 2 young children who were now left without their mother and facing an uncertain future. The funds raised were intended to cover funeral expenses and provide for the children's immediate needs as they processed this unimaginable loss. The outpouring of love and support from the community was overwhelming, with people from all over Alexandria and beyond coming together to honor Shanterica's memory and help ensure that her children would be taken care of during this incredibly difficult time. Shanterica's funeral service was held on April 12, 2025 at the Alexandria Convention Center, where loved ones gathered to celebrate her joyful spirit, her infectious personality, and the indelible mark she'd left on everyone fortunate enough to have known her. The service was a testament to how deeply Shanterica had touched people's lives, how her kindness and generosity had rippled outward far beyond her immediate circle. Cases like this leave behind more questions than answers, especially for the children and families forced to live with the aftermath. If this story stayed with you, share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. And if you value careful, responsible coverage of cases like this, kindly subscribe.
Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm coming down. Class, the greatest class to ever walk the halls of Peabody Magnet High School. Class of 2005. I'm gonna ask class of 05 to stand. Come on up with me. Come on up. Come on up with me. City of Alexandria knows me as T. Michael Sayers. These people here know me as Thaddeus, or Thad, or what Terica called me, Real. We're gonna miss her. We love you, Sister Terry. We love you, Mr. Al. We love these babies. There was never a dull moment with Terica. A bunch of laughs, clowning. Now, y'all want to see me cut up? Let Terica start. I've been saved a long time, but Terica looked like she could just have me acting a fool, making everybody laugh. We're gonna miss her. We have a little presentation for you, Sister Terry, and to the babies and to her dad. It says, in loving memory of Shanterica Shine Smith, Peabody Magnet High School class of 2005. A life that touches others goes on forever. Presented with love to her mother, her father, her daughter, and a son from the Peabody Magnet High School class of 2005. With love and remembrance, we honor our beautiful classmate, whose kindness, laughter, and love will forever remain in our hearts. May her legacy live on through the lives she touched. May the joy of the Lord be your strength in this hour. We love you. You have gained today daughters and sons. Y'all have gained uncles and aunts. Some of y'all who are cousins, y'all gained some cousins. We are here for you. not only physically, but spiritually. Please know that we are praying for you. And if God is for you, he's more than the world against you.